Good morning and a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Let us start with the class today. That is your GK class for the 6th standard. Before going ahead with the classes, let me remind you that your UT tests are going to start from 10th, and as you all know that this UT syllabus has been already shared with you all, so it is my humble request to go through the UT syllabus very thoroughly. I'm not talking about only my subject, that is GK, which I am taking now, but I would prefer that if you go for all the subjects very nicely, that will be very much beneficial for you. Okay, before going ahead with the chapter, let me remind you again of all the precautions which again and again I'm telling you in all the classes, so that you may be on a safer side. Take all the necessary precautions. Try to avoid going out of your homes or houses, and the most important thing, please take all the necessary precautions so that we or you or your family members may not get into any kind of troubles. Okay, so let us start with today's GK class. As all of us we know that this GK subject is a subject which is beyond boundaries. I told you in the previous classes as well. Why it is beyond boundaries? Because we don't know what is the particular subjects which can be included in this, and at the same time what are the things which can be included. Okay, so it is going to include all your science, maths, English, SST, economics, arts, commerce, and everything. So since it is going to include each and everything, so it is our duty as well to go through this. Okay, so please do not just take it as a very lightly, do not take it as a granted. It is my humble and sincere request to each and everyone that just spare some of your times per day in this subject, so that not only now but at the later stage of your life also you may not get into trouble just because of this one subject. All right, so let us start with the class today. What I remember is that is we have already shared the UT syllabus to you, and as per the UT syllabus in the last class, what I have seen is that is you all have that is we have completed our periodic test portion. That is whatever the page numbers which are given in the syllabus of our periodic test 1, we have completed that. So today we will be starting with the half yearly portions, and in the half yearly portions the topic which is science and technology is there. That is was your, I hope, 9, 15 and 17, or 9, 15, 22. These are the 3 pages which we have already done. Only 2 pages are left. So first we will be completing that 2 pages of the science and technology, and thereafter we will be going ahead with the next part, that is your art and the culture. Okay, so let us move ahead with this part. Okay, so since I have to show you first and the foremost thing, whatever the PDFs and everything, so I will make this screen to be completely blank, and thereafter we will be going ahead with this part. Okay, let us see this one. Okay, that is our page number 28. When we talk about page number 28 here, so these are the accidental inventions or the discoveries which have been done by our scientists or earlier peoples, and now today we are using them as the most important things in our day-to-day life activities. Starting with the first one, that is in 1853, American chef George Crumb invented these food items to annoy a customer who was repeatedly complaining about the French fries served to him being too thick. That is, there was a restaurant in which a customer was there, and the French fries which was offered to him was little bit thicker. Okay, and he was again and again complaining about this, that the French fries are thicker, French fries are thicker. So the chef which was there, the person who was preparing that food items, he made the slices or the French fries thinner and thinner, and finally he made so thin these French fries, that is the customer loved it. And at the same time, not only that customer, but apart from him, all other customers who visited and had this French fries which was very thinner loved it, and this was how the French fries was discovered. Moving ahead to the second one, in 1907, American scientist Leo Hendrik Birkeland invented a cheap alternative to shellac, a kind of resin imported from South Asia, a form of plastic that did not melt when heated. Now see, as the name suggests, okay, I'm not, of course, as the name suggests, I'm very sure with this thing. That is, if you can see this word, Birkeland, okay, and there is a kind of plastic which is known as bakelite as well. Okay, you can see here. So this bakelite, it is a kind of plastic which does not melt when it gets heated. Okay, generally your switches or the boards, okay, which are there in your homes, they are generally made from bakelite only. Okay, and that is why you find that though a lot these switches are present in your homes from 10 to 5 years or more than even that, but still they are working, though they are getting heated up, but they are not melting. So this is the quality of this bakelite plastic. Next was in 1945, American engineer Percy Spencer, okay, he discovered this one, that is your microwave oven. How did he discover this? When the chocolate which was kept in his pocket, okay, it started melting due to the heat which was there in his pocket, or due to the heat which was coming out from the invisible waves from the magnetrons. Is that clear? So due to this idea, or with this idea, that if a substance is kept inside the pocket and some rays are being passed here, so the candy or the bar or the chocolate starts melting. And on that same concept, he discovered this microwave oven as well. Okay, now starting with this one, that is in 1968, when we are talking about a chemist working at the American company trying to create a very powerful glue. That is, the idea or the aim was to create a very powerful glue, but accidentally what he discovered was a very weak glue which can be attached to the surface and as well as peeled apart very easily. That is, we are talking about post-it notes, okay, which we very commonly use it nowadays. Next is in 1941, Swiss engineer George de Mestral got the idea to invent this hook and loop fastener system when he noticed tiny hooks on the boards, prickly seed cases of flower heads clinging to his hunting jacket. Last but not the least, here it is the German scientist Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen, while experimenting with vacuum tubes, discovered these when he noticed that his vacuum tube lamp made a photographic film turn dark even when the film was kept covered from the visible light. That is, he discovered the X-rays. Alright, so this was how the accidental discoveries were made. Okay, if we move ahead to this part, okay, this page is completely your bio portion of your science syllabus. You all have already studied about most of them. Some we will be discussing today. What is the scientific name of the voice box? That is known as your larynx. Okay, next we have, which of these Okay, why it is named as the voice box is there? Because if you remember, or you should know, that is, sound is produced by the vibrations, and these vibrations occur in the air particles. So the voice box, that is in our neck region, a voice box is there, larynx is there, which is filled with the air, and when we try to speak, then these air particles vibrate and sound comes out. Okay, next is, which of these acts as a shock absorber at the joints? So this is basically your cartilage. Largest gland in the human body, that is known as liver. Now when we are talking about this gland, okay, always remember, gland are what? Glands are the organs which are present inside our body, and these organs are responsible for secreting some or the other chemicals which have a particular role in our body. Like if you take the example of this same example, that is liver. So in the second chapter, nutrition in animals, आपने पढ़ा था कि liver secretes a juice which is known as bile juice, and this bile juice helps in the digestion process. So this is how liver is a gland secreting a chemical which is known as bile juice and helping us in the digestion process. Next is, what are the tiny filtering units of the kidney? So this is known as your nephrons. This you will be studying later on in the ahead chapters, that is when you will be studying about excretory system, or most probably you will be studying this here. Okay, so here you will be studying about the kidney, and these are the internal organs which are present in the kidney, which do the filtration of the blood. Okay, and after filtration of the blood, all the waste materials are being taken out and the fresh blood is again supplied to the body. Then the transparent part of the human eye, that is known as your cornea. Famous part of the human ear, which is known as cochlea. Scientific name of the windpipe, okay, trachea. Always remember class, that is we have both the pipes, that is windpipe and foot pipe together. The windpipe is on the front and at the back we have the windpipe. Okay, so this windpipe is known as trachea and the foot pipe is known as esophagus. Okay, next is, which of these is associated with the jaw? That is the mandible, that is the lower region which we are talking about, which is moving. Okay, next is, which of these is a tendon found in our heel? So Achilles, that is the name of the tendon. Which of these play an important role in the urinary system? That is the same here, if you remember, this nephrons and this one kidneys. Okay, next, did you know that our teeth are a part of the skeletal system but they are not counted as bones? Okay, so this is a little bit of fact here. Moving ahead to page number 28 now. Okay, so before going ahead, let me have a look over the time. So we have enough time here, so we shall go ahead in this part. That is when we are talking about this one, that is music mania. So music mania is what? That is basically, this is the page which tells us the famous musicians which are recognized all over the world just because of their famous famous songs, or the rap songs, classical, or anything like pop or any other kind of music which are being sung by them. Starting with the first one, if you can see, in which year were the Grammy Awards first presented? So Grammy Awards were first presented in the year 1959. Second one, this genre of music was recognized at the Grammy Awards ceremony for the first time in 1989. Name the genre, that is your rap. Rap, if you remember, basically a kind of song only, but it is basically based on the some kind of what you can say, sentences are there. Okay, proper sentences are there which have specific meanings here. And if you remember the movie Gully Boy, so that is basically completely dependent on this rap only. who is called the Nightingale of India, that is known as your Sarojini Naidu. Lata Mangeshkar's rendition of a patriotic song made the Indian Prime Minister Pandit Nehru teary. Name the song "Ae Mere Watan Ke Logo." If you remember, this is a very famous song which was sung or composed a long back, okay, but it is today also, it has the same craze. आज भी लोग इसे उतना ही पसंद करते हैं जितना कि पहले पसंद करते थे जब ये गाना बना था, ठीक है. एंड this is the song which touches your heart, okay. So just have a look over it or try to go through it. Just listen this song once, and I can assure you that you are going to like this, as well as you're going to love this one, okay. Who sang the theme tune of the Bond movie Tomorrow Never Dies? That is your Sheryl Crow. Which Indian sitar player has performed with the Beatles? That is your Pandit Ravi Shankar, and he is also a great renowned artist, okay, in the music field, who is known by his name only, okay. And he has given birth, or he has helped a lot of upcoming singers to move ahead. All right. Next is, which Indian music composer has won 2 Oscars, a Padma Shri and 2 Grammy Awards? We know this person, very famous person, A.R. Rahman, okay. India's Bhajan Samrat, Anup Jalota. We very well know that is Maiya Muri Mani Makhan Khayo. You all would have heard this song, as well as Aisi Lagi Lagan, Mera Ho Gayi Magan. This song is also by this Anup Jalota only, okay. And if you move ahead with this one, Palash Sen, he is a very good singer of a band which is named as Euphoria, and apart from singing the song, he is also a qualified doctor, okay. So with which instrument is the world famous musician Kishanji Maharaj associated? That is your tabla. And most of this, like your Pandit Ravi Shankar Shastri or Pandit Ravi Shankar ji, and your this one, that is your Kishanji Maharaj, I hope, I'm not sure with this, but they are the people who belong to Varanasi, what I remember is, okay. Next is, Apache Indian is one of the pioneers of the indie pop movement in India. What is his original name? That is your Stephen Kapu, okay. Name the first rap song. That is your Ice Ice Baby. I heard the song just now, only just before the class, but I was not able to make it available for you because it was little bit tricky as well as long enough, okay. Name the musician who is credited for composing Rag Mia Ki Malhar, that is known as your famous Tansen. From Akbar's point of time, we are coming across with this word, that is your Tansen. Thinkbox, do you play any musical instruments? I know some of you are very fond of it. Would you like to learn to play any? Share your thoughts with your class. Some of you are there who are very much fascinated. Some of you are still thinking about it. Go through it, and I have something to show you over this one. So let me show you that, okay. All right. So in this case, first I'm going to show you, please have a look over one of the famous songs of Anup Jalota, that is Aisi Lagi Lagan. Please enjoy the song for just few minutes. Please have a look.
Sare ga pa da ni da pa ga re ga ma ga re ga ga. Sare ga pa ga re za ni re za ni. Pa ni re ma pa dha pa ga re za re ni da re sa. Hai aankh wo है आँख वो जो शाम का दर्शन किया करे, है शीश जो प्रभु चरण में वंदन किया करे। बेकार वो मुख है, बेकार वो मुख है जो रहे व्यर्थ बातों में। बेकार वो मुख है जो रहे व्यर्थ बातों में। मुख वो है जो हरि नाम का सुमिरन किया करे। हीरे मोती हीरे मोती से नहीं शोभा है हाथ की।
So I hope you can see this person, that is Anup Jalota, the famous Bhajan Samrat. Okay, most of the songs devoted related to your devotees, or basically the Bhagwan Bhakti songs, are most credited person for singing all these melodious songs related to the devotees. Okay, if we move ahead, I have something more for you. This person, not this one, no, I'm sorry. Okay, so now I hope this person is there. That is, no, not this one. Okay, so now I'm going to have a second song which is played by A.R. Rahman. Okay, basically, and this is your from the movie Rockstar. So please enjoy this one as well.
Ya Nizamuddin Awliya, Ya Nizamuddin Sarkar,
कदम बढ़ा ले, हदों को मिटा ले,
आजा खाली पल में पी का घर तेरा, तेरे बिन खाली आजा खाली पल में,
तेरे बिन खाली आजा खाली पल
रंगरेजा रंगरेजा रंगरेजा।
Okay, so I hope you would have enjoyed this one as well. Okay, so moving ahead with the next part, that is we have here, let me show you the screen first. Okay, that is our page number 35, that is Paint the Town here. So match the names of the paintings with their painters. That is your Mona Lisa, Leonardo da Vinci, that is the famous artist, famous painter. Okay, and the famous painting as well. Okay, so we have some of the famous paintings like Mona Lisa, the Starry Night, the Persistence of Memory, the Scream, Girl with a Pearl Earring. Okay, as the name is quite interesting, I'm going to show you this one as well, the Girl with a Pearl Earring. Please have a look over this one as well. Okay, so this is the famous painting of this lady, that is the girl with a pearl earring. If you can see, this is the earring which she is wearing, and this was the famous painting which was made by, if you can see here, that is, I'm going to show you, this painting was made by Johannes Vermeer, the famous painting. Okay, now apart from this, that is, choose the correct options which we have here. That is, the famous cave painting is Abyssine, was found in Lascaux. In which part of the world is that located? So it is located in France. Moving ahead with the fourth one. Okay, how much time did the famous artist Georges Seurat take to paint a Sunday on La Grande Jatte? Okay, so this is the famous painting which took 2 years, that is from 1886 to 1888. Okay, I'm showing you this famous painting. Just have a look over this one. Okay, this one I've shown you, this one. Okay, so this is the famous painting of that Sunday, and this was painted by that famous artist which I have told you just now. So this was, if you can see this painting, this is representing a quite garden full of trees and everything. Apart from that, on the left hand side, if you can see, there are some water bodies as well, in which some ships are also there, what I can identify from my point of view. You can also find out some of this painting is basically filled with the families which are coming here for outing or a kind of picnic, or just for a kind of party kind of thing, or just for making their moods fresh. Okay, so this was all for today. Okay, I hope you would have liked the songs as well as the paintings which are made by these famous artists, and the songs which are being sung by the famous musicians. Okay, the famous person A.R. Rahman, if you remember that song, that is your Kun Faya Kun, this was the song made taken from the movie Rockstar. Okay, and Rockstar was I hope who was that, Ranbir Kapoor or maybe someone else, I don't know that person exactly. So this famous song was taken from that movie, in which he also became a singer, initially by starting or singing the songs in a mosque, and slowly a famous what you can say, artist or a musician was there, director you can say, or a composer, who identified the talent which was hidden in this hero, and he gave the platform to him, and initially he became a famous singer after that. Okay, so in place of mosque, he started making or showing all his programs and everything. Okay, so this was all. Next I have something else for you. I'll be showing you that. Just give me some time. Okay, so this one. Now again I'm going to show you the last and the most important part, that is your current affair parts. So this Union Minister Shri Narendra Singh Tomar launched the Sahkar CubeTube NCDC channel. आप सभी लोग जानते होंगे कि इस समय आत्मनिर्भर अभियान बहुत तेजी से चल रहा है. It is self-independent, that is the India is not going to be dependent on any other countries for one or the other things, चाहे वो ऐप के मामले में हो, चाहे किसी सामान के मामले में हो. ठीक है, India does not wants to become dependent on any of them. So in that only, just like we have the YouTube here, so our Union Minister Narendra Singh Tomar launched this Sahkar CubeTube NCDC channel. Lupin launched coronavirus drug Flavipiravir in India at ₹49 per tablet. I would like to inform you that before this Lupin is the name of the medical company which is manufactures various kinds of medicines. Before this Lupin, just 2 to 3 days back, Glenmark is also the name of the company. It has also launched the tablets or the drug for this coronavirus, and the cost of the drug was 108 rupees per 10 strips or per one tablet. Okay, Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat and Smriti Irani launched the book Swachh Bharat Kranti. Okay, I would like to inform you that in 2014 में स्वच्छ भारत अभियान, that is your mission, चालू हुआ था, जिसमें हमने साफ सफाई, गंगा जी की साफ सफाई और अपने घर के आसपास सब चीज़ों, हर जगह को साफ सफाई से रिलेटेड ये अभियान था. And that was written in a book, Bharat Swachhta Abhiyan, that was in English. And this book, it is your Swachh Bharat Kranti, that is nothing but just the Hindi version of that English book, that was your Swachh Bharat mission. Next is the Sport Minister Kiran Rijiju chaired the first General Council of the meeting Khelo India scheme. Okay, so Khelo India Youth Game अभी recently शुरू होने वाला है. Just please have an idea over this, and I hope it is going to be organized in one of the Indian states, that is Haryana. Okay, Shashidhar Jagdishan is going to is now have been chaired as the new CEO of HDFC Bank. This was there in yesterday's newspaper only. All of you can go through it. And at the same time, we very frequently come across with this words HDFC Bank or ICICI Bank. But what is the full form of this? State Bank of India, SBI, that is the famous. So we all know. But what about this HDFC? So here is the full form, that is Housing Development Finance Corporation. It is the name of this HDFC Bank. And similarly, this is for your ICICI Bank, that is your Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India. Okay, so this was all for now. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you would have liked the session, that is the class, as well as enjoyed it. And I hope, please go through the revisions and everything very thoroughly, because your paper is not going to be very easy. Okay, so please have a thorough revision so that you can score good marks in that. Till the next class, please stay safe and stay healthy and take all the necessary precautions so that you remain safe. That's all for today. Thank you for being with me.